Hello, this is Dr. Valdez from Hair Loss Solutions, and today's topic will be Minoxidil, or the use of Rogaine for hair loss. Rogaine is probably one of the oldest treatments that we've used for hair loss. It's available over the counter without a prescription. It comes in two different strengths. It comes in a 2% strength, which is usually reserved for women, and a 5% strength, which have been found to be more effective in men. Rogaine comes in two different forms. It can be bought in a lotion form, which is simply like a liquid, or it can be bought in a foam. I'll tell you at the end of the segment why I feel that the foam is a little bit better than the lotion, although they're both effective. The way Minoxidil works is that it has three different possible mechanisms on helping you grow hair. The first one is that it causes vasodilation. What that means is that it increases the amount of blood flow to the area of scalp where you're applying the lotion. By increasing the amount of blood flow to that area, theoretically, we're feeding more nutrients to the hair follicles, and the hair follicles that were growing out thin, weaker hair start to grow thicker, fuller hair, and starts to give you more coverage. Another way that it works is that it's been found to increase chemical inside our body that's called endothelial cell growth factor, and what this chemical does is that it promotes the production of new blood vessels to be formed in the area where you're applying it. So not only does it increase the amount of blood getting to the scalp at that time, but over time it helps create new vessels going to that area. By doing that, you're also increasing the amount of blood getting to those hair follicles and helping them grow thicker and stronger hairs. The last way that it works, we know that Minoxidil will take some of the hairs that you're treating from a phase of the hair cycle called a telogen phase or a resting phase into an anagen phase or a growing phase. In our scalp, all our hairs, a lot of them are in the anagen phase, which means that the hairs are actively growing and the hair is getting longer and longer and making you look fuller. And we have a certain amount of hair follicles that are in the telogen phase, which means they're resting. They are not actively growing hairs. If we took a portion of those telogen hairs, the resting hairs, and we changed them and converted them to actively growing hairs, you can imagine now that you have a lot more hair follicles that are actively growing hair, and this will give you an appearance of a thicker, fuller set of hair. So that's the third way that Minoxidil works. Minoxidil is very safe, although you have to be careful for women if they're pregnant or trying to become pregnant. They cannot use Minoxidil or be in touch with the Minoxidil that their husband is using. And the reason we prefer the foam over the lotion is that we know the lotion tends to drip down easier on the scalp. So if you're applying it to the back or the front of the hair, you can get some dripping towards the sides of the face. And anywhere the medicine goes, it'll help promote hair growth. So sometimes you can get some hair growth in unwanted areas. With the foam, it tends to stay more localized. So you place it on the top of your head, you rub it in, and most of the medicine stays in that area. So it tends to cause less hair growth in unwanted areas. Although both forms are effective, we prefer the foam for that reason. So that's my little synopsis on Minoxidil. It is a very good, effective medication available over the counter. In the office, if you have any questions whether Minoxidil is good for you or you want to know whether you're a good candidate for it, feel free to call us and make an appointment here at Hair Loss Solutions. Our number is 954-613-5777, or visit us on our website under www.haircosmeticsurgery.com. Thank you.